The volunteer's fatal beating. On May 24, 2018, a 59-year-old volunteer librarian opened the Christian Science Reading Room in downtown Ottawa, Canada. The librarian arrived at 10 a.m. to prepare the small storefront library for visitors. She had been volunteering there for many years, finding purpose in the quiet space filled with religious texts. The reading room, nestled between busy shops on Laurier Avenue West, typically saw only a handful of visitors each day. Security footage from nearby businesses showed that the reading room remained quiet throughout the morning. No unusual activity was visible from the street. At approximately 12:30 p.m., a man entered the facility. Unlike most visitors, he didn't browse the collection. Instead, he approached the librarian directly at her desk near the back of the room. What happened next wasn't captured on any camera. The reading room had no security system, no panic button, and no witnesses. For nearly an hour, the man remained inside with her. At 1:40 p.m., he left the building alone, walking casually away from the scene. At 1:50 p.m., a fellow volunteer arrived to relieve her for the afternoon shift. She found the reading room unusually quiet. Calling out her name and receiving no answer, she walked toward the back office area. There she discovered the librarian lying on the floor, unconscious and severely beaten. Her face was unrecognizable from the trauma, and blood pooled beneath her head. Medical examiners later determined that she had been beaten repeatedly with fists, and possibly a blunt object. Her skull had sustained multiple fractures. The attack had focused primarily on her head and face. Her injuries indicated she had tried to defend herself, with defensive wounds on her arms and hands. Paramedics rushed her to the Ottawa Hospital's trauma center. Despite emergency surgery to relieve pressure on her brain, the damage was irreparable. For 15 hours, she clung to life, her vital signs gradually weakening. Her husband and family gathered at her bedside as doctors explained there was no hope for recovery. At 5:45 a.m. on May 25th, she was pronounced dead from blunt force trauma to the head.